Hi everyone and welcome back to a brand new video.
Hello!
So today we're going to chat about the filmed theatre that we have been so fortunate to watch over lockdown.
Yeah, there's been loads on offer via like YouTube, theatres and channels putting out different things to watch each week.
And we're so grateful for it. It's been a real special thing to be able to have that theatre experience at home during this time. And we're just so grateful for any channel, any theatre that has provided that content for us.
Yeah.
And arts is so important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really helped us during lockdown. And coming from, theatre backgrounds and performance backgrounds, it's something that we hold very dear.
Yes, and we know that so many of you guys do as well. And we haven't watched everything. We missed out on a few things which we're a little bit annoyed about.
Yeah.
But we have managed to watch quite a few things. So we thought it'd be helpful to kind of do like a mini review of what we thought about everything we saw, just in case you have the chance to see it in the future. A few of the things were up for a week and have now gone, unfortunately. But there's a few things on our list as well that are up at the moment. So we'll be sure to let you know if you can still watch it.
Yeah, although I think the idea of putting it up for like a week is actually a really good idea because it's almost like a limited run in a theatre.
Yeah, and it makes you watch it like that week. We'll get started because we have quite a few. And then, as always, please share in the comments if you've watched these, what you thought, if you've watched different ones to us, and if you have any suggestions about other things that you have found online. Yeah. Because we're always open to new theatre recommendations.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to mention is actually was this the first thing that we actually watched that
in lockdown
came out through a theatre's YouTube channel,
and we actually vlogged this day.
Oh yeah, this is the day when we went to the theatre.
Yeah,
we went to the Creepy Hyena restaurant.
And the Slinky Dog Theatre.
That's right. I'll put an eye up here for that vlog if you want to go watch it. So the first thing that we watched was One Man, Two Governors, which was brilliant. This was a comedy, and James Corden starred in this, and the story. So I'd just done like a brief synopsis on some of these things. So Francis Henschel becomes minder to Roscoe Crabbe, a small-time East End hood, now in Brighton to collect £6,000 from his fiance's dad. But Roscoe is really his sister Rachel, posing as her own dead brother.
It was very, very random, but it was so good.
Yeah.
The posh guy in it, that character, was amazing.
That actor actually crops up later on in something else that we watched.
But that was on the National Theatre, their YouTube channel, and they have been putting out a new piece of theatre every week. So it was only up for a week, but we managed to catch it, and it was just so much fun. And what I really loved is that I normally go see live musicals. I don't tend to go see live plays. I just think because my background's in musical theatre, I just always tend to book tickets for that. So it's been really nice to have my eyes opened to a lot more plays.
There was a lot of slapstick in it.
Yeah.
Which I personally love. There was a lot of stuff that needed really expert timing. And then there was a lot of interaction with the audience as well, which was really good. And sometimes when you film theatre, it loses some of the connection to the people watching at home because it was meant to be in the theatre. But I thought all of the comedy points hit every time. I loved it.
It's a really, really good play, and the cast were incredible. They were all really good. Yeah. So if you ever get the chance to watch it live one day, or if it goes up again online, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So next on our list is a musical, and that is Newsies. And this was on Disney Plus, and it's still on there, so I think you can watch it whenever you like. I don't think it's coming off anytime soon. And it is so good.
Yeah, we watched it. This was another one that we vlogged. We watched it on the day that we did the Disney Plus challenge, where we tried to watch all 10 things on our watch list that we did before Disney Plus came out. And this was near the end, wasn't it?
And it was long.
But it was really good. I hadn't seen it before. I didn't know anything about the story. Based on true events, I believe, as well.
Yes, and there's also a Disney film.
Yeah.
But I was very lucky to see it on Broadway when I went to New York in 2014, I think. And it was incredible then. And yeah, watching it again was a real treat.
Story was great, really emotional and powerful, but like the dancing was just out of this world.
That's what blows it away, is the dancing.
Yeah.
It is so good. I've never seen that energy, and it's like a chorus of, I don't even know how many, 30 maybe, of guys on stage, and they do tricks, pirouettes, leaps, everything. And it's just so in sync, and yeah, it's incredible. It's like nothing I've ever really seen before. It's very unique.
Yeah, I was tired watching it. The amount of energy they need.
But it also has that like Disney magic to it. You're left feeling really uplifted and happy. And yeah, we would highly recommend that. And that is on Disney Plus, so you can definitely watch that.
So next on the list is something that we actually watched on Netflix, and just randomly started watching this one night.
Put it on one day.
I was actually doing some work on the computer, and Helena put this on, and then I immediately was like, let's watch this. And it's Grease Live. So it's a version of Grease, and they've taken bits from the movie, and they've taken bits from the stage version, and then they've even added some new bits.
Yeah.
Put it all together, filmed it as like a film for TV, but they've incorporated a live audience in parts.
Yeah.
And they film it all the way through live.
It's really clever, and I know they've done, I think this was the first one they did, but I know they've done Hairspray and a couple more afterwards, but I think this is the first one they did, and I can't even imagine the amount of rehearsals that had to go into that, because it was live, filmed live for TV, like the pressure of having to get that right.
You've got to think of everything. You've got to think about hitting your spots. You've got to think about getting to the location at the right time.
The cameramen have to literally be choreographed, so they know where or when they need to be.
Don't trip over any cables. Like, so much going on in your head, I imagine, and you've still got to act.
But it makes it like a really exciting watch, because you know it's live.
Yeah.
It just has that added extra feeling of like being at the theatre. And it's really good fun. It's Grease, so it's like, you know,
it's got
good music. And
it's got a couple of the people from the original movie.
Yes,
in it.
They do little cameos. It also stars Vanessa Hudgens as Rizzo. It stars the dancer from America's
I've got it down
Dance.
here. Julianne, is it Hough?
Hough, yeah. She was also in the Disney sing-along.
And she was really good as Sandy.
She was like the perfect Sandy.
Also, something that I found out about this one, didn't realise this when I was watching it, directed by Thomas Kail, known for directing In the Heights and Hamilton. So there's a glowing recommendation.
But it's just really good fun. If you're looking for something fun, uplifted, and just like a really easy watch, then I would recommend this, and you can sing along as well.
Yeah,
because you know all the songs.
And one of the things I read as well on Internet Movie Database was that they filmed stuff as backup. They filmed the show as a backup for if anything went wrong. Nothing went wrong.
Yeah, it is perfect. Like, I think, does someone stumble at one point? I think that's like the most that happens. Apart from that, it was seamless. But it has that exciting element because you're like, oh, this is live. Like, anything could happen. So yeah, I'd highly recommend that. And that is on Netflix. So that's available right now as well.
Yeah.
So next is something that we watched quite recently, and that was A Midsummer Night's Dream, which was on the National Theatre YouTube channel. So that was up for a week. So sadly it's gone now. But this was really good. We were kind of like, shall we watch it? Like, we don't watch a lot of Shakespeare, but after this, I really want to watch some more.
Well, I used to. I'm a big fan of Shakespeare. I loved acting it when I was in college. But Midsummer Night's Dream was a one that I went over a lot.
Yeah.
Like, not only in college, but in school as well. So it's one of those ones where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can watch this again. But what they did with it made it completely different.
It was a very immersive theatre experience, and even watching it from home, it still felt quite immersive.
Yeah, it's in the round.
In the round, it's got audience standing up actually all around, and then there's a few people on seats. But it was really clever. It had all the traditional speech, but it had a lot of modern elements, a lot of modern songs. They had like a Beyonce number halfway through. I won't give too much away, but they had these really funny parts that kind of just lifted it all and made it really entertaining.
Yeah. The guy from One Man, Two Governors that we talked about earlier, he was in this.
Yes.
And he was great. He played Oberon, but this was the twist. So all of Oberon's lines in the original Midsummer Night's Dream are given to Titania, but Titania is Titania still, and Oberon is Oberon still.
Because it threw us for a bit. We were like, what? And then we realised that they had swapped lines, which was really good, because then it gave it from like a woman's perspective, playing that role. So that was really good.
Really
and
good.
From a male's perspective, playing Titania's role.
Yeah, there was a lot of sort of themes from modern day that were thrown into it, which were good.
But the whole cast was incredible. The guy playing Bottom was my favourite. He was hilarious and he was just perfect for that role. But they made it actually really easy to understand. I think it's a really good, if you struggle to like pick up Shakespeare quickly, like myself, a production like that, they make it really easy to understand. Just because how brilliant the acting is.
Yeah, it's really good.
So yeah, we would highly recommend that if it ever comes back online, or if it ever comes back live again. I'm not sure if it will.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really good. We really enjoyed it.
So the next one that we watched was actually on the Bristol Old Vic YouTube channel, and this is The Grinning Man. And the synopsis of this: a strange new act has arrived at the fairground. Who is Grinpain, and how did he get his hideous smile? And it's based on The Man Who Laughs by Victor Hugo. I really enjoyed this. Now this was a lot darker than the other stuff that we'd watched. Yeah. And as I watched this as well, I thought, hang on a minute, this seems very like the Joker from Batman. And what I did was, of course, went and did my research and found out that The Man Who Laughs by Victor Hugo was one of the main inspirations for the Joker in Batman.
Yeah, I've never seen the Joker, but judging from like the trailer and the picture, it looks very similar.
But the Joker character in general.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it as well. It was very different to a lot of things that I normally watch at the theatre. It was very avant-garde. It was very dark, like you said.
Yeah.
And it was just it took me a while to get into it and to kind of get behind the feel of it, because it was also quite comedic in places, but it was like dark comedy.
Dark comedy. It was very eerie, very mysterious. Had loads of different parts to it. Like there was a big part that was like puppetry.
The music was beautiful as well.
Well, yeah, it was a musical,
and the singing was gorgeous in it. But I think it is very. I feel like it might be quite like a Marmite thing. I think if you're more into like musicals or more light-hearted theatre, then this is very, very different. But if you like that kind of dark comedy, a little bit creepy, kind of like some of the music was quite eerie.
And if you're not a fan of clowns,
it is very scary.
Yeah.
The actual character you like, so even though his actual appearance is quite scary, you end up really liking the character. So it's not too scary, but maybe for very young children it might be quite creepy. If you're looking for something different and they release it online again, or if you want to listen to the soundtrack, 'cause I'm sure you can find the soundtrack online, I'd give it a listen, because it's very different, and it's just interesting to see how musical theatre can be worked into something like that, as opposed to like your Grease or Hairspray.
Covers all genres.
But yeah, it was creepy, but very, very good.
That's probably why I liked it, because it was creepy.
So next we're moving on to a very traditional musical after that one, and that is The Sound of Music live. So this kind of followed the same realm of Grease. I'm not sure if it's the same people, but again, it was a theatre production, but it was filmed for TV.
Yeah.
So it was never shown. I think there was a live audience there, but it was filmed for TV.
I don't think there was at this one.
Oh, really?
No, I think this was all in studio, because we never heard any audience members, and we didn't see any. I think this was all just filmed in studio.
But it was filmed live, so again, it has that exciting element of, I think at one point, Carrie Underwood plays Maria, and she did a little stumble right at the beginning.
Yes, I think so.
And it doesn't take away from it, because of course Maria would stumble in real life, maybe.
Yeah,
but it has that live theatre like feel to it.
It's how you work these things in, isn't it?
Oh, she completely worked it out. Like,
yeah.
She did. It didn't faze her. But it starred Audra McDonald, Carrie Underwood, and quite a few other stars. I think Laura Benante was in it as well. And it has the whole traditional storyline of The Sound of Music, all the traditional songs, and it was a really, really nice watch. Julie Andrews is my absolute favourite, and I love the film. So nothing sadly will top that for me, and I don't think it was as good as the Sound of Music film, if I'm honest. But it was really nice to see it different, and it was really nice to see it filmed live, and it was just I kind of just felt like a night at the theatre. That's why I enjoyed it.
It was one of those ones you could just sit back, relax and enjoy. But talking about pressure from the Grease one, the pressure on this one for especially Carrie Underwood, who hadn't done a lot of acting.
I think that is the thing that Julie Andrews, it really showed how amazing a singer she is, but an actress she is, because Carrie Underwood, her voice is beautiful and she nailed all of the singing, but her acting wasn't as good as Julie Andrews. So I think that's where I realised just how much I love Julie Andrews as Maria. But saying that, I think she did really well, because she's not an actress.
To get from A to B, from the beginning to the end, and like, there were bits though where she really did connect with it. She did a phenomenal job, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the rest of the cast were really incredible as well.
Yeah, the children were fantastic.
And Audra McDonald sang Climb Every Mountain, and that was incredible.
Stole the show.
So good. So yeah, again, it was only on for a week. I don't know if you can find it online other ways.
That was on Show Must Go On.
It was on Show Must Go On, which is the Andrew Lloyd Webber, what he set up on YouTube. But yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was a really nice watch. I sent it through to my mum, because she loves Sound of Music as well, and she messaged me back saying, like, thank you, that was a really enjoyable. And yeah, it was really just lovely. I think that's how I'd describe it.
Yeah, I was laughing because wasn't she singing along?
Yeah, my dad was getting annoyed.
So we're back on YouTube for the next thing that we watched. Somebody brought this to our attention, I think through Instagram, saying that they'd found it, and it was the 25th anniversary of Disney on Broadway, and it was a concert that was on. And we thoroughly enjoyed that. It was like over 2 hours, wasn't it? And they had all these different stars from Disney on stage. They came on and performed songs.
It was just full of Disney musical theatre songs, so it was like the dream.
Yeah.
But sadly, I think it has been taken off YouTube. I think it was only up for a certain amount of time, but I think you can find individual clips of some songs still on YouTube. I think Zero to Hero is still on there, and that was a really good one.
That was my favourite bit.
Yeah. But it just went through, and it also, they had like Zoom calls with some of the people as well.
Yeah.
Like interviews, and it was just a really enjoyable watch again. It just had all of the Disney classics,
but also songs that have been put into the stage versions that I hadn't heard before.
And then going back to the Show Must Go On YouTube channel, we watched Phantom of the Opera, which was really lovely to watch again, because I saw it about 10 years ago maybe, or maybe even more, in London. And I've only seen it once, so it was really nice to watch it again. And I love the music. I sang quite a few of the songs on the cruise ship.
Yeah. Think of me. Yeah.
So it was really nice to just sit back, enjoy the music. I love Sierra Bogus. She's just incredible. And yeah, the whole cast. So yeah, that was just I'm sure you've all heard of Phantom of the Opera or you've watched it.
It's a pretty epic production, because didn't they do it at the Albert Hall?
Oh, I remember. Was it?
I think so, yeah. So the stage is massive.
Yeah, it's a huge production.
Yeah.
I think you can buy that online as well if you did miss it and you want to watch it. I think there's a DVD of it, and I also think you can like purchase it from Amazon. But yeah, that's just a classic. It will always be a classic. It's probably, I probably like the music more than I do the stage show. I love listening to the soundtrack. But yeah, it was fun. It was good.
You've actually got another link to Phantom of the Opera, because when you used to work in the theatre, so you were an usher.
Yeah.
And Helena actually was there when Michael Crawford came in
and
did a show.
You were yes, I was.
And he was the original.
Quite a few months.
Yeah.
With Michael Crawford.
He was the original Phantom.
He was.
So we've got a group 2 now, because they're both from Disney Plus, and they have similar sort of themes to them, as in they're Disney films that they are celebrating, Disney animated films. So you've got The Little Mermaid Live, which we watched, which is a great concept. It was that they played the movie, but then when it got to the songs, they would come out of the movie and you would then be given a performance.
Yeah, so unlike Grease Live, which is the show filmed, it was the movie, but then the songs were live.
Yeah.
It was like a different concept, but it worked really well. It was more of a concert.
So it had quite a few stars in it. Shaggy was Sebastian.
Had Queen Latifah as Ursula, and then it had the girl that voices Moana.
Yeah.
She was Ariel.
Yeah.
Also Jodie Benson.
She
who was the original voice of Ariel. She hosts it. And yeah, that was a really nice touch actually to have her still involved.
It was a nice link. You can tell that she absolutely loves like how involved she was with that project. But yeah, it's just a really nice thing to watch. It just makes you feel good. So I recommend watching that. And then the next one is Coco. Is it Coco Alive Celebration or something like that? So they talk about how they put the story together, how they worked on the film. Sorry,
this one's very much a concert.
Yeah, and then they perform on stage the music of Coco. So they don't do it it's not as like a stage production performance. It's as a musical performance. But there's versions of Remember Me, which is one of my favourite songs of all time. Like the writer of the songs he's the one that performs them, doesn't he, in the concert? And there's one where he plays like about 7 different instruments.
This one, I think I put it on in the background one day whilst we were doing stuff, and it was a really nice, because it has that concert feel. You don't have to sit there and like watch everything. You can put it on as like a background thing and like listen to the music, and I'd recommend just having it on and listening to the music.
Really good. It has got some little bits of behind the scenes on how they put together Coco as well, so that's good. Yeah.
And the last thing on our list is probably the one which you've all watched already. And we actually vlogged about it in last time's vlog.
Yes.
But that is Hamilton on Disney Plus. We are just so grateful that we are able to watch that.
Sorry, I was about to burst into Alexander Hamilton.
And of course, I'm sure you all know Hamilton, but we never got to see it in London. So this was a real treat for us because the tickets are so expensive that we weren't sure if we would ever really be able to see it.
Yeah.
So it was such an amazing experience to be able to watch it at home and have like the best seats in the house because it's filmed so well.
And the reason they said as well they brought it out is because they wanted to try and make it accessible to everyone, so that it wasn't just people who could afford to go to be able to see it, which I think is really nice.
But we if you want our like more of a review, we do chat about it in the vlog, so we won't talk about it too much, but the bottom line is that we absolutely loved it.
And that we can't wait to watch it again.
It definitely lived up to all the hype, because that was what the main thing I was worried about was, because it'd been hyped up so much, I was like, oh, can it live up to it? But it did. To
me, out of everything I've seen, it was just very different. It was a very different experience. I haven't heard a score like that.
Yeah.
For a musical.
And from listening to the soundtrack, it's completely different actually seeing it tell the story. Like the music does really well of telling the story, but to actually see it played out it just made it a million times better.
And you know what? Something actually, which I quite recommend doing, is watching it with the subtitles on.
Yeah, that's what we did. Because we wanted to like pick out all of the rap, and it just made it easier for us to like follow the story. And that means you don't miss anything.
Also means you can learn the words.
You can sing along. But yeah, if for some reason you haven't seen Hamilton yet, then you must. It's really, really good.
Yeah, there's just so many good bits to it. And
also, the cast are insane. I can't even pick one out because they're all so good.
Well, afterwards I learnt that Kristoff from Frozen.
Oh yeah,
was in it.
He's the king. But I love all the women in it. Angelica, Eliza, and the woman who plays Peggy. They're all so good, and then the men as well are incredible.
Yeah, I think we did one of those Instagram things where you had to like pick favourites. My favourite character was Thomas Jefferson. The guy, he was fantastic.
And then I think my favourite character is so difficult. Out of the women, it's Eliza, and then out of the men, I really have a soft spot for Aaron Burr because of his storyline. I think as a character, he is such a like complex and interesting character, and the guy that plays him, his voice and his performance was out of this world. So.
Also, I think I read this somewhere. The guy that played Thomas Jefferson is going to be Sebastian in the new Little Mermaid film.
Oh, I can see that. That'd be good. But yeah, that is the list of stuff that we have watched during lockdown. Hopefully you found that interesting, and if you haven't seen some of the things, it might have given you a little idea about what to watch next.
Or it sort of shows you what you can find on those channels, and we'll put all the channels, the YouTube channels and stuff, in the link below. Because
a lot of them, like the YouTube channels, they're still releasing something each week. I believe this week the show Must Go On has released Michael Flatley, his live show. So if you're into like dance and Irish dancing, and I think National Theatre have released a new play called Le Blanc, I believe. So like they're still releasing all this amazing theatre. So like right at the end, I know this video is super long, so thank you if you've watched this far. We just wanted to kind of chat about some things that we are looking forward to watching in the future, just in case you guys wanted to know and watch them as well.
Yeah.
So one of the main things that we really want to watch after watching A Midsummer Night's Dream is we want to watch all the Shakespeare that has been available on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah, so this is by the Royal Shakespeare Company. They've put them onto BBC iPlayer. So there's so many on there. There's a Macbeth with Christopher Eccleston. Othello's on there. Much Ado About Nothing, I think.
I think A Midsummer Night's Dream is on there. So we really want to go. I think they're only on for a month. I might be wrong. I think they're on for July. They might be on after as well. But I would definitely check.
Did you realise that you said I really want to go?
Oh, did I?
As if we're going to the theatre.
Yeah, but it is like going. And then also we just mentioned, but we do want to watch Le Blanc on National Theatre that has come out.
Don't know anything about it, but that's
Neither do I.
That's happened with most of the things that we've watched. I just go in without knowing anything. Don't expect anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite a good way to go in. So yeah, that's everything that we've watched. If we manage to watch a few more things, then we might do like an updated video in a month or two's time. Let us know what you've been watching. Put those down in the comments. Because if they're still up, we might fancy giving them a watch as well. So we're going to be back on Thursday, and we're actually going to be back with a live. We're going to do a nice little live chat. So that'll probably be around the same time, probably about 7 o'clock.
7, yeah.
7 till 8. We'll be around for an hour. We'll be having a cuppa and a natter. I always say natter, but some of you might not know what that means. Just means we're going to have a talk, have a chat.
Cuppa and chat. So we'll see you at 7 p.m. On our YouTube channel on Thursday. But thanks so much for watching, guys.
Yeah.
And we will see you on Thursday. Bye.
Toodle pipski.